Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Daily O. I'm Reagan Downs.
And I'm Chance Annis. We're glad you're with us. After our summer break, a lot has changed around the studio. Our news director, Tyler Tripodi, joins us here in the studio on what you need to know. Tyler?
Yeah, guys, like you said, there's a lot of change going on here in the studio. And as you can see, we've got an entirely new set. And on top of that, we've got a new production area. So thank you again to News on 6 for their generous donation here to the studio. However, that's not the biggest change we've had.
Since 1895, students across the campus of Oklahoma State University have turned to the Daily O Collegian for the latest on-campus happenings. The newspaper served as a beacon of information for decades, reporting on the first African-American student here at OSU, a new name for the college, countless presidents, and 54 national championships. And as the university evolved, so too did the newspaper. Moving from a magazine to a newspaper, it served as a training ground for generations of journalists. However, the sun sets even in paradise, and the newspaper had to stop its daily printing. In its place, a weekly paper and a TV outlet were created under the name Ocali. Since then, a void has been left for daily news at OSU, one that Ocali TV has stepped up to fill. After years in the dark, the Daily O Collegian is back and ready for the modern era.
So make sure you follow the Daily O Collegian on YouTube and Instagram as we have a great semester ahead.
A 105-year-old fraternity was removed from campus, but their house didn't stay empty for long. The Kappa Sigma fraternity was removed from OSU after operating for over 105 years due to alleged alcohol and hazing violations. The house, located at 1401 West University in Stillwater, first became affiliated with Kappa Sigma in 1920. The property now houses Pi Kappa Phi, a fraternity that is grateful to have somewhere its 80 members can reside.
Oklahoma will now require out-of-state teachers to pass an America First assessment. The exam is designed in partnership with PragerU and championed by State Superintendent Ryan Walters in order to block, quote, radical leftist ideology from entering the classroom. Earlier this year, Oklahoma's education ranking fell to 50th. The American Federation of Teachers warned this test could worsen the state's ongoing teacher shortage in a state that is already struggling. All 34 questions have been released publicly and available online.
That's all for us. Bridget has the daily overview in the Weather Center.
All right, Bridget, when we return, the growing fentanyl crisis in Oklahoma will tell you how you could be affected.
Let's take a look at your Tuesday forecast. Starting out with our temperature, we're going to be checking out our temperature at 75 degrees with our skies nice and clear. Last week we saw lots of rain, and for now we're in the clear, but coming in this weekend we might see that rain coming back in with 15% of precipitation on Friday. So check in with the Weather Center later on to find out more. That's it for me right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Bridget, when we return, the growing fentanyl crisis in Oklahoma will tell you how you could be affected.
And lawmakers in Oklahoma looking in how food dye is impacting those across the state. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
My name is Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Fentanyl deaths surge in Oklahoma despite a national decline. While national statistics indicate a decline in fentanyl-related fatalities, Oklahoma is experiencing a starkly different trend. According to the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, or the OBN, fentanyl deaths in the state have surged by more than 1,300% since 2019. The OBN's latest report revealed that 748 fentanyl-related overdose deaths were reported in Oklahoma in 2023, marking a 21% increase from the previous year. OBN has seized over 51 million milligrams, enough fentanyl to potentially kill 26 million adults, over 6 times Oklahoma's population. While Tulsa and Oklahoma City report the highest number of deaths, rural counties are experiencing similar impacts despite their smaller populations. Progress is being made at the state capitol, including legislative efforts to combat fentanyl trafficking.
Oklahoma lawmakers are meeting to study food dyes and their health impacts across the state. Senator Kristen Thompson is leading the interim study and tried to pass a bill earlier this year that would have banned 21 additives, including red dye 3, which has been linked to cancer and is banned from cosmetics while still being allowed in food. The bill stalled in the Senate, but the bill will be heard again this upcoming season.
Guyman, Oklahoma is set to receive a big upgrade after a hot summer. The Mesa Water Project will provide much-needed water to the city's roughly 12,000 residents. Despite being one of the Oklahoma Panhandle's largest cities, its water sources can be scarce. Over the summer, one of Guyman's wells stopped functioning, leaving much of the community waiting for water. The new well field will be leased by the commissioners of the Land Office. The water project is set to begin serving the community in October 2026.
That's all for us. Back to Bridget in the Weather Center for more.
So Water, let's take a look at your radar. As we look at our state, we're going to be seeing some Saturn storms across the east. Now, when you walked out today, you might have noticed it was some wet, a little bit wet out there, but those storms from last night have already pushed eastward to Tulsa. As we look at our national radar, you can see again with those green means we did have storms this morning, but it's already beginning to push down. As we move into Wednesday, we can see that again those storms are now fully gone, but if we look up to the north, we're seeing blue, which is more of an inch of rain, and it's beginning to grow. But as we move on to Thursday, it's pushing down to the southeast, And it's still important for us here at home in Oklahoma because we're experiencing the tail end of that storm. That's it for me at the Weather Center. Back to you guys at the desk.
We'll look forward to that 7-day forecast, Bridget. When we return, President Donald Trump's executive order ruled illegal and what it means moving forward.
And one U.S. city preparing for a potential increase in federal troops on their streets. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
A federal judge ruled today that Trump's deployment of the National Guard in Los Angeles was illegal. Trump sent the troops in June during LA's immigration protests. U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer says the administration willfully broke federal law. During the protest, 4,000 National Guardsmen were deployed in California. The judge ruled that Trump violated the Posse Comitatus Act, which prohibits U.S. armed forces from executing domestic laws. Judge Breyer said that the Trump administration, quote, knew that they were ordering troops to execute domestic law beyond their usual authority. The ruling is set to take effect on September 12th, but the 300 remaining troops do not have to be withdrawn from California. The Trump administration is expected to appeal the decision. The ruling comes amid threats from Trump to deploy the National Guard in other Democratic-led cities.
After Chicago saw 58 people shot over Labor Day weekend, Trump has renewed his threats to deploy federal troops to the city. Trump said on social media that Chicago would be his next target after a federal crime crackdown in Washington, D.C. Trump also said that Chicago is, quote, the most dangerous city in the world. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker pushed back against the comments, calling them unconstitutional and citing fears that deployment could heighten tensions between citizens and law enforcement. Chicago's violent crime has decreased since the beginning of 2024, despite the violence over the weekend.
President Trump announced today that the U.S. Space Command will move from Colorado to Alabama. Trump wanted to move headquarters to Alabama during his first term. The decision received pushback from the Government Accountability Office for, quote, significant shortfalls in its credibility. Joe Biden reversed the decision during his presidency. Trump cited Colorado's use of mail-in voting as a big factor in the decision.
When we return, one Cowboy football player had a phenomenal performance. Andrew Dunham joins us in the Sports Center when we return with why the celebration was short-lived.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Welcome back and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham, and let's get right into it. Oklahoma State linebacker Wendell Gregory has drawn national attention not once, but twice following OSU's win over UT Martin. His 3 sacks in the Cowboys season opener tied the Big 12 record for sacks in a single game. However, the celebration was short-lived as Gregory was arrested on Saturday on larceny charges. He's accused of taking $211 worth of merchandise from a Stillwater Walmart in May. The redshirt freshman is expected to play in Saturday's matchup against the Oregon Ducks, despite the arrest. But the loyal and true have been celebrating OSU football's first win in almost a year. However, a first-quarter injury to starting quarterback Haas Haney left some questions. Our very own Zach Berger shows us how the Pokes adjusted to the early switch-up.
Every Oklahoma State football fan went into Thursday watching the quarterbacks. And for the loyal and true, it started with a bang as name starter Hoss Haney led the Pokes to a first drive touchdown, showing off his arms and legs. But emotions quickly changed towards the end of the first quarter as Haney went into the locker room with an eventually announced broken foot. And while worry and confusion filled the stands as Zane Flores stepped in, for his teammates, it was just time to adapt.
You know, when the starting quarterback goes out, we're going to see who's going to step up. So I think Zane did a really good job at stepping up and doing his part for the team. So, yeah.
I think he stepped up to the big moment. I mean, it's his first game, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of our guys' first game, so I think just him able to calm down, like not panic, not freak out or anything, just beat himself and going back to what we do at practice every day. So.
With the simplified playbook, Flores would go 13 for 20 with 136 yards to lead the Cowboys to the win. But a tall task stands for the redshirt freshman out in Eugene, Oregon this upcoming Saturday. Reporting from Stillwater, Zach Berger, The Daily O.
Cowboy and Cowgirl golf ended their weekend on the podium at the Carmel Cup in California. The Cowboys finished the tournament as the runner-ups behind Vanderbilt. Leading the Pokes, Ethan Fang tied for the first place along with Jace Summey from Oklahoma, resulting in Fang's first career victory. The Cowgirls finished in third behind Texas A&M and Vanderbilt. Ellie Bushnell finished in seventh after a strong performance in the second round, finishing 4 under par. Cowboy tennis has some early expectations as the ITA preseason poll was announced this morning. Alessio Basile and Georgia Southern transfer Aaron Williams are the 13th ranked duo in the country. The doubles pairing is the highest preseason ranked pair for the Pokes since 2021. But the duo aren't the only ones who are featured in the ITA rankings. Junior Derek Pham ranks 125th in singles after a 12-9 season. Cowboy tennis is set for their opener on September 12th at UTR in Tulsa. That's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A new place to stay at a national park? Reagan and Chance have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
For one concert goer, Burning Man turned into a labor-inducing ordeal. Emmy Sanglevai has that and more with your A-List update. Emmy?
Thanks for that, Chance. Lots of people take pride in their hometown, but how many can say that their hometown doesn't exist most of the year? That's true for one baby, baby Aurora, who was born This past week on Wednesday, she was unexpectedly welcomed at Burning Man, a temporary city that forms annually in Nevada before Labor Day. Kaylee and Kelsey Thompson, the mother and father, claimed they weren't expecting the baby at all, and that, quote, had I known, that's absolutely the last place on this planet I would have been. Amid the many engagements of the season, one couple finally tied the knot over Labor Day weekend. Chloe Grace Moritz, known for her roles in Carrie and The Equalizer, and Katie Harrison, a model and photographer, got married after almost 7 years together. Moritz went for a non-traditional wedding look wearing a blue gown, while Harrison stuck with the classic white. Calling all Marvel fans, a new announcement has been made about the upcoming film, Avengers Doomsday. Channing Tatum made his Marvel debut in 2024 as Gambit in the hit movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Tatum spoke with a thick Cajun accent, which became the most iconic part of his performance. Now Tatum is saying that they're dialing it back for Avengers Doomsday, saying the Russo brothers, quote, want things to be funny, but they don't want to go full Deadpool. That's all for your A-List update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Amy, for that. How much would you spend to sleep in a cabin with strangers? Old Faithful Inn, a log cabin located in Yellowstone Park, has become a popular travel destination since its construction in 1904. It's welcomed presidents, royalty, and a million others. To stay in the inn, you need to plan your visit months in advance. A room will cost around $250 a night, and you still have to share the cabin with other travelers.
Today is National Blueberry Popsicle Day. There are many different flavors of popsicles, but the one today to celebrate is the underdog, blueberry popsicles, a sweet treat enjoyed by many, and were even created by an 11-year-old boy named Henry Epperson in 1905 by accident. Personally, I like the red ones, a good strawberry you can't go wrong with. What would you say your favorite popsicle flavor is?
I like a more niche one. I like lime popsicles.
Lime popsicles, that's definitely one I'm going to have to give a try.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Bridget Nye has our 7-day forecast. Bridget?
Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out your 7-day forecast. Starting off with today, we're seeing our temperatures at 82 degrees with our precipitation at 10%. So we move into tomorrow, it's going to go up to 20% with our temperatures also going up to 88. As we move into the rest of our week, our temperatures are going to be in the varying 70s with our chances of rain going up to 25%. That's it for me at the Weather Center. Back to you at the desk.
That's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happenings here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Chance Annis.
And I'm Reagan Downs. Have a great night, everyone.
Pecans are staple to Oklahoma. In fact, many of our native pecans come from trees that are older than Oklahoma statehood.
My father's the one that got us started into the pecan picking. I was probably 10 or 12 years old, and we started off with one little mechanical picker that you pulled behind a four-wheeler. Then we'd go home at night and we'd clean them on a TV tray. I guess watching my dad work hard when we were young and people started trusting him and getting more and more groves, we just kept growing.
Being a relatively new and fresh company,